been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the mule. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a mule.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wildcard Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Shifts by him. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
Alright.
Back to Mixon on first down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Riley Moss takes him down defensively.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash, dropped at the 1. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Mixon is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
On the quick, right?
Stroud. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
South.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 3rd and goal, Stroud. That went out wide and intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Three and a half to go, first quarter.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Second down on the yard.
11, Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And Burrow going to throw again. Flushed out right. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Burrow picked off by a guy he won a title with at FSU, Derek Stingley. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Third down, Stroud from his end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Here's Jones on the return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
On one, right?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now Burrow. He's going to air one out. That is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Dancing to his left. Now Burrow loses the football, and the Texans scoop it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive, and of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Now inside the 25. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
47 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
All right.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, it's Stroud. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now they go play action now. Burrow looking deep here for Chase. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 51 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Texans. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Burrow. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow on play action. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. Going right back to Ferguson. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Touchdown! From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Makes the score Bengals 23, Texans 7. Kevin McPherson, the kickoff.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Throwing now is Stroud. Now he's free at the 35.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins.
65 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that trims the lead down to 9. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
What was that? Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Jordan Battle.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Hey, uno more. Oh, hey.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Nico Collins.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, that's into a crowd and intercepted.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Here we go.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He sets to fire deep. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
Now a 2nd and 10.
11. Here we go.
Chase, the motion man, right.
Now it's Burrow. He's got a man, complete.
Down the right sideline.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. He's got it at the 10. As his guys are able to extend their lead. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll let this go deep for Collins.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Stroud to throw it.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the deep.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Stroud looking to throw.
Looking middle, and that's complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
And Stroud now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Stroud.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the 2nd half will commence from the 30-yard line.
1-1, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
11 MT. Stop.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Steps away to his left. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ferguson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. They go play action with Burrow.
Throw left side, complete to Chase.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2nd down and 3.
Now it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Here we go.
From the 5, 2nd and 4.
Now they send a man in motion right. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Texans 27.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
All ready. Why, Tony.
Here's Stroud.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Juwan Bentley.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now Burrow.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Off the option, that's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Jake Ferguson
from 4 yards out.
And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in the...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 73 yards.
And the Texans get a bit closer.
Hey, uno more. Here we go.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Flush to his right.
Throwing for Dobbins on the crossing route. He's got him. Now inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. J.K. Dobbins, 85 yards. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Under. Why, Tony?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tank Dell. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
On the fleek, right?
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They're still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
Back to throw. Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And my goodness, another interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touch. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. He's got it at the 10. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Speed left, speed left.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet, and the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Play action. It's Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Jamar Chase.
65 yards.
And the Bengals add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Stroud.
Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Bo Melton.
57 yards.
And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
All right.
Back to throw. Stroud eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Azeez Ojulari
picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Stroud. Here's a catch downfield by Collins.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 19 yards away.
And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
Stroud out of the gun here.
And this is going to be intercepted.
It's DJ Turner who's got it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
11.
Throwing to start the drive. Stroud.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
And he's got this down to the 35. They'll look to throw here on first down.
They get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Stroud. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Texans get a bit closer.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover.
And oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play call, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Andre Yoshivas.
42 yards.
And the Bengals tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. That's complete to Dell. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Stroud looking to throw.
And now here is another interception.
It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going up top.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Burrow looking to pass.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Christian Harris in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They'll set up a throw.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Gun. 11 MP, Tate. 11 MP.
Burrow going for it on 4th.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That is caught by Dell.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Here's Stroud.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Juwan Bentley.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give them a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. 12.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of batting him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
That is caught, and he will have a Bengals 1st down, and it's celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
Burrow on play action. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase
From 6 yards away.
And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the